Hey everyone, and welcome back to The Verdict's In. I'm your host, Nicole.
I'm Gary.
And today we are talking about American Sports Story, Aaron Hernandez, Season 1, Episode 7, entitled Dirty Pain. Gary, we watched the episode a few times now. What are your overall thoughts?
First, I'm thinking about the title, Dirty Pain.
Yeah.
But this was a good episode. Well, it was a great episode. I was just anxious the whole time. Had a lot of anxiety, not knowing what he'd do next, especially towards the end when his wife had a baby in her hand. I'm like, I know this guy's not. But this was a pretty good episode. I enjoyed it.
Same. I agree. I thought it was a really good episode. I enjoyed the scenes with Shay, but I also enjoyed the intenseness, as you mentioned, and kind of getting that anxiety between the text messages with him and Sherrod. At least that's where my anxiety from the episode came from. Every time Sherrod kept texting him and he just kept elevating and going higher and higher. And then his conversation with Murphy, we'll get into it. But I thought this was a really good episode. And now we are in the thick of it, of when all of this crime, or when his legal troubles.
Yeah, everything goes spiraling.
Yeah, it goes really bad. And it's kind of sad. Like, even when DJ's talking to him, he's like, yo, you have the perfect life, da-da. And I'm like, not necessarily, but I get what DJ's saying. Like, you know how many people would love to be in your position right now?
Well, he has the perfect life for someone who loves football. And DJ loves football.
Right.
You know, that's all he wanted to do is play football. He said he was already good, did everything right. So, yeah, Aaron has the perfect life. Aaron makes the money. He's famous. I mean, he just, well, we get to know why.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't all right in the head.
Right. And speaking of DJ, I saw an article the other day, because I know they show him in the show. He's like, you know, looks as if he's a really good guy. And I'm not saying he isn't. But the other day I thought about it, and I was like, whatever happened to him? Like, where's the brother at? Is he still coaching teams? Da-da-da. And he's been in some legal trouble himself.
What type?
Like, I think domestic violence, stuff like that. He's been arrested a few times. I think 1 year he was arrested like 4 times.
See what happened when your sibling do something? like Aaron Hernandez did something, and now we made a show, and now we got to talk about this dude legal crime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That is crazy.
Like he's not even a part of this.
Technically, well, he is a part of it. It's not, it is the Aaron Hernandez story, but DJ is definitely a part of this story. But yeah, I don't know what made me think of it. I was like, where's the brother now? Like, I wonder how he's doing. Is he okay? What does he think of all this coming out? And then when I Googled him, I was like, oh, he's been in some legal trouble himself over the years, like several times.
Man, we sound like a news channel. You know, when we talk about somebody, then we got to talk about their legal troubles.
Legal troubles, yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy, but he was in legal trouble in the past.
Trouble.
Yeah, that's not cool.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. We go back to the night Aaron shot Sherrod. The only reason why Sherrod really actually survived is because workers heard the shot that were like right there in that industrial area, and they called for help.
Right. And
Sherrod refuses to tell police who shot him, and they know he knows because they're like, it was clearly in like close range, so you have to know who shot you.
Yeah, close range facing you.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean he knows who did it.
No, I mean, but you have to, if you don't know who did it,
you had to have seen the person.
You have to have seen the person, yeah. Or even say something like, hey, oh, the guy had a mask on. But Sherrod didn't say nothing. He refused. But afterward, he calls Aaron, and that's when they had talked the night Aaron got that award. And that's when he's telling, like, you're a dead man. I'm coming for you. So what is your take on this whole scene with Sherrod not willing to tell the police who hurt him? I guess that's like the no snitching rule that they have. And him calling Aaron literally from the hospital bed, like, why he's still surviving.
I don't know. I think that him and Aaron has been in so much together. I'm not talking about this is fall into loyalty. I'm saying this fall into, like, Aaron has done some illegal shit that might get me sent back to prison. So I don't know if I would have just go ahead and just put Aaron out there, or it could have been while he was sitting there getting better, like, man, I'm paid.
That actually makes sense, because I'm like, why wouldn't he tell the police? But now that you're saying it, if he tells the police, that opens Pandora's box for all the other shit that him and Aaron have done. Because
right.
If you open this and say, why'd he shoot you? You guys are going to have to talk about it a little.
Right.
And it's going to open up everything else. So, okay.
Yeah, because getting shot in the face, I think you fall out of the snitch zone.
Yeah, that's what I'm like, why didn't he tell the police? But okay, that makes more sense.
Or he wanted to handle it himself.
Yeah, or handle it himself. Well, that's when we see Aaron and Shy get home, rushing from that evening. He's all paranoid. She's like, what's going on? Like, why we have to leave so fast? And he locks all the windows. She said, check on the baby. He goes and gets his gun, which he technically should not have at the house. Remember, Shay did not want guns there. And then he immediately smokes, and he just sits waiting for Sherrod to show up. And I'm like, do you think Sherrod's going to come today? Like, isn't he still in the hospital? Or I don't know, but... Yeah, that's the first part of his paranoia, at least in this episode.
And I didn't feel sorry for him. I mean, that's the bed he made.
Yeah. I'm like, you could be living a good life. Like, this is all on you. You don't have to be paranoid and all this. You could have just stopped hanging out with Sherrod. You know, that's all you have to do. Like, you know what? I'm trying to get my life together. Sherrod knows all my business. I'm just going to slowly start distancing myself from him.
We're not going to blame this on Sherrod.
Yeah.
We can't blame this on anyone but Aaron.
Yep. And that's when we see his two high school friends, or not high school friends, but his friends from home. They bring security system. Shay's questioning why. And Aaron blames it on, like, crazy fans. Like, there's crazy fans, da-da-da. And she's like, well, have you let the team know? Because that's something they should be aware of. And he's like, don't worry. That's why I didn't even want to tell you what was going on.
Well, his friends, I was surprised they were helping him, knowing they were friends with both of them. Well, at least that's how we met him.
Sherrod, yeah.
So I'm like, why are they helping him instead of helping Sherrod? Because Aaron's the one who violated.
Well, it almost seems like this is only between Sherrod and Aaron. Like, I don't think Sherrod has told anyone until later on when he, the lawsuit. But at this point, I don't know if Sherrod even told those friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And then we get Aaron getting his, talking with his medical staff, and they recommend surgery, and that's where the whole California thing comes in. And just then, while they're talking to him, he gets a text from Sherrod saying, I'm here. And Aaron goes to get his gun out of his locker. So he's bringing his gun with him to work. And goes to the parking lot and calls Sherrod's like, where you at? Like, and then, like, so what were you going to do? Shoot him in your parking lot at your job? Like, what was the plan here?
There was no plan. And looking at this episode, I can see there was no plan nowhere.
Nowhere, no time.
Because not only did he just shoot him out the blue, they have a plan for shooting him. They're texting on the phone.
Texting all types of information. Boom, boom, boom. You shot me. So what, motherfucker?
Yeah.
I'll do it again. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm going to shoot you back.
Yeah.
I'm going to kill you. Watch your back.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot of information you guys are putting in the text.
Yep, and it doesn't matter if you delete it or not. It will be
it's there.
Seen. And that's when I liked it when Sherrod was like, he's like, where you at? He's like, in your head, motherfucker. Like, I'm fucking with you. You don't know where I am. Yeah,
and Sherrod's been in his head for a minute. He's been in his head since he got home and waited up all night.
Yep.
And that's why I say I love this. I love that he get to sit and lay in it.
Yeah, he needs to.
You need to stay awake all night.
Right.
You need to think about everything you've done.
Yep.
Because what have we seen Sherrod do besides... We haven't seen Sherrod do anything, have we?
I mean, we've seen Sherrod, the way he talks. Obviously, he deals drugs. That's how they met.
Okay.
And then when Aaron beat up his stepfather, Sherrod kind of did stop him, like, yo, lay low, like, chill out. And then even with whatever happened in Boston now, I can't even remember exactly what happened in Boston. When he shot him, shot the guys in the car. Sherrod was like, yo, what are you doing too? So I think Sherrod, even though he's a street guy, he's not just off doing stupid shit for no reason.
Yeah, he's not doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, he's not trying to bring any attention to him. He's not trying to go back to jail. He might still be doing his illegal activities, but he's not trying to bring any attention or anything like that.
And when I say he's not a bad influence, I don't mean like in that sense of, yeah, he's a drug dealer and all this other stuff. So yeah, he is a bad influence, but so is Aaron's auntie and whatever man she has in there at the time. That's just the environment that they're in. But just to take all that out of that and just put this in an environment, it seems like this guy who was a street guy, done some bad things, been in prison, actually seems like he's trying to protect Aaron. Yeah. Like, hey, Aaron, you don't need to be doing this. Mm-hmm. Let somebody else do it. Or he's not telling Aaron it can't get done, but he's saying, hey, let someone else do it.
Yeah, it's not saying it can't get done, but it's saying you don't have to be the one doing it.
You be careful.
Right. Well, we get DJ bringing Aaron a new phone. He's like, what's going on? Aaron's like, yo, fans, they keep getting my number. Shay's scared, da-da-da. So, I just want to get a new phone.
Yeah, you know what? Aaron shook a lot of people's lives up. Just in this moment we seeing right now.
Yep.
His brother traveling to get him phones. He has this guy coming to put in extra work to put up monitors and stuff. His wife left in the dark thinking that some crazy fan's gonna pop up any second. Like, this guy he put a lot of people's lives just juggling it right now.
And not only that, what if Sherrod decided, I'll kill the wife, or I don't know, I'll kill her,
kill the wife, I'll kill
the baby.
Yeah, that's dark. But
that's dark. But you never know.
Yeah, it's like he has people's lives in the palm of his hand, and he's just throwing them up, just juggling them. Like, hey, just with these lies. I don't know. He put a whole bunch of stuff in motion with these lies, even with Bill Belichick. But we get in there.
Yep. Another thing that happens in the scene is DJ also asks if he can check in to get him a coaching spot on the training team. But Aaron Spiraling, he ain't got time to be thinking about that right now. He can barely think about his own spot on the team, on the regular team.
Yep.
And then that's when he goes to Coach Belichick. He's like, yeah, let me see when I get back. And at first, I thought he meant back from California. Because DJ's like, back from where? I'm like, well, he's going to California to get surgery. But then, nope. It's next scene cut to, it's Coach Belichick. It's at, I guess, the next drafts. Or maybe it's the place where they evaluate all the, what Aaron did when he first joined.
Oh, the column. Yeah.
And he asked to get traded. And the coach was like, man, you know how much I already put up with? You know how much we trained you, did all this? No, we're not trading you. Who do you think you are? We don't care what's going on. And Coach kind of laughs him off and says, yo, why don't you get your surgery? Get that scheduled. It's going to be in California. Go there, stay low. And if this person that's threatening you or whatever, they're not going to follow you all the way from here to California. So go there, and I'm pretty sure you think it'll probably just go away. Like, get the surgery done and rest out there in California during I'm guessing during the off season. What did you take for Belichick's kind of dismissal of Aaron's concerns for these threats, as well as his suggestion of hey, maybe you could just chill in California and things will get better there?
I think Bill Belichick gave him good information, but I don't think he knew about the California thing. Because remember when Bill Belichick said, hey, well, why don't we talk about this after California, or why don't you just think about it after California? And it seemed like Aaron was kind of shocked, at California. I think when Aaron was talking to the not trainer but the physician earlier, I think they just let him know that he needed surgery, or they thought they needed surgery. They didn't tell him where it was. So I can see why Aaron was on edge when he went to the combine and met with Bill. But Bill gave him good information. Hey, stay there through spring, work out, stay out of trouble, get some fresh air. And come back and let's get it done. I mean, really, that's all. And you wouldn't expect somebody, a street guy, from PA to follow you all the way to California. Right. You wouldn't expect a street guy to follow you out the streets.
Yeah.
Anywhere.
So if the beef is local there, once I move out, is that's the local beef. It's not traveling with me.
Yeah. Beef don't usually travel cities over.
So we do see them, enjoying California. They're there. It looks like they're there for a few days.
Oh, hold on. Let me say one more thing. Well, beef only travels that far when the person got money. Like, somebody has money to say, okay, I want to put Mild Guys or whoever just put money for somebody to go do something to you. But if it's just that, it's not gonna leave the neighborhood.
That's good. I mean, that's good at least for that. So we get Aaron. He's in prep for surgery, and seeing the surgery happening, it does look pretty intensive. Like putting putting all that stuff in his body and screwing, putting screws in him and drilling in his body. That had to be painful, and we see that healing. And while he's in surgery, Shay gets a text from Aaron. Well, she sees Aaron's phone. He has a text, and it says, "Miss you and hope your surgery goes well," and stuff like that. And although the name isn't saved in there, we do know it is Chris. But after the surgery, the PT tells him yo, it's gonna be hard, but you got to deny the pain, just because Aaron says my wife has the pills, and he said, well, you can deny the pain and work your way through it, and that's how you'll heal faster. But what are your thoughts on the surgery, as well as maybe Shay seeing those text messages from Chris? And were you surprised that Shay did not confront him on those text messages right away?
Immediately? No. I'm not surprised she didn't. When we get further in the episode, she said she don't care if he did. She just don't make her feel stupid about it. So I think she saw it. She was gonna hold on to it. Yeah, she was gonna be mad, but I mean, she was gonna hold on to it like she did until she had to bring it out.
Right.
As far as the surgery, I mean, that's just the standard surgery for something like that.
Yeah. And a lot of these players, they get surgeries all the time. Like, you always hear about an athlete that's out. Like, yeah, just getting this surgery. Yeah,
screws in the leg.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere. It's a lot of surgery. And that's what I told you. You know, a lot of athletes are just in pain all the time.
Yeah.
They just learn to live with it.
And that's pretty much what the PT was saying. Like, yo, don't deny the pain. You're going to have to be used to it. You got to get used to it to work through it.
But I think my issue with this scene, well, not this scene, but this overall, that Chris did contact him. Like, Chris contacted him, hey, boom, 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 I miss you, whatever. And we found out how Chris got his number later.
Yeah.
Like, Chris not even supposed to have your number. Now he's supposed to have, look, he was supposed to have that number.
Yep.
So now you have, who gave it to him? His agent?
Murphy.
Yeah, now you have your agent. I don't have something to say to my agent. Yeah. Like, I don't care who it is. Don't give them my number.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't care if my mom call you. You call me first before you give up my number. Because that part of them could have been over. If Aaron would have never spoke to him again or anything else, or, you know, Aaron had a new phone.
And he would have never been reached out to Chris.
He would never be able to reach him.
Yeah.
Because I know Aaron wouldn't have reached out to him.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, that put a lot of things back in motion.
Yeah, it did. Well, while they're at home, you know, after the surgery, he gets a call from Murphy. This is the scene where I was like, what? Like, I did not know Murphy was going to call him with this news. And he says, hey, do you know about an Alexandra Bradley? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, who's that name? We haven't heard that name. And it turns out Sherrod. So Sherrod is not his real name. It's Alexandra Bradley, which is interesting to look up because now I've been meaning to look up Sherrod to see if that character exists, and I haven't. Yeah. It was interesting that, you know, I didn't know. I assumed Sherrod was the real name. So
probably a middle name or something.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go by Alexander. Thought Sherrod sound better in the streets.
Yeah.
Just call me Rod.
But Murphy tells him, hey, he's going to sue you. He's like, hey, is this the reason why you brought, you know, you had that trade request with Bill? And he's like, how you know about it? He's like, man, I know about everything. Like, don't think I don't.
First he lied about it. And it's like that's his first take on everything. The first thing to do is to lie about it. Like when he asked about the trade, he said no. He said what? He said, yeah, he told me. You didn't think he was going to tell me?
I don't think he lied about it?
Yeah, he lied first.
Okay. I thought he was just like, how did you know about that?
Nope. His first thing was to say no.
Okay. Well, he says Aaron's like, well, the guy's threatening to kill me. He's like, well, he doesn't want you dead. I can tell you that much because he's saying that you shot him in the face and he wants to sue you for money. And Aaron's like, nah, that's crazy. And I'm like, okay, if someone says you shot him in the face, now you're like, yo, that's crazy. Because even Murph was like, so it's just a shakedown. He's like, yeah. But, you know, how much do they want? And that's when Murphy, you could tell the look at least on on Murphy's face, he knew. And he's like, well, just find out. It'd be interesting to know, you know, how much.
I think Murphy knew the whole time.
The whole time? You don't think that would be a shock for him to think that Aaron shot somebody in the face? You think he just believed it automatically?
Yeah, I know he believed it automatically. I would believe it automatically.
Yeah.
No Aaron's history.
I mean, yeah, that's a big accusation to, first of all, you obviously have proof. You're shot in the face.
You're shot in the face.
Yeah. And then second of all, if you can show proof that you guys have a relationship and everything else, he probably knew. But it was clear.
Knew. That's why he said, good thing he don't want you dead. He just wants your money.
Money, yeah. But once Aaron said, like, ask how much, yeah, he for sure knew by then.
Yeah, he confirmed it.
So Aaron's reading that text from Chris, and he texts him back. He misses him too. And then that's when we see them at lunch or wherever eating. And he's like, yo, I thought you were still mad at me after everything with Cabo. And Aaron's in a mood. Like, obviously he came to meet Chris, and he wants to see him. But he's like, yo, I'm fine. I'm good. Me, the baby, we good. Like, I don't even want all this. This is the last thing I need right now. I don't want this. And Chris like, well, why are you here then? And then cut to, they're in bed together. Yeah,
but you know why he's in the mood, though. For everything that's going on around him.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Which is surprising that Sherrod, and none of those text messages, like, he's really kept all of this compartmentalized. Because as much as Sherrod knows about all of Aaron's dirt and everything like that, he doesn't know about Aaron's personal, emotional, you know what I mean? Like, it's like he has 3 different lives. He has the lives he lived with his friends, Sherrod, his wife, and then it's like his Chris life.
Yeah.
And they're all shaky right now. So Murphy calls Aaron and says they want 2.5 mil, but he thinks they'll settle for 2. And Aaron says, fuck that. And I'm like, well, you did just sign 40 million. I don't know. 2 don't sound like that much.
Man, 40 million don't sound like that much to stay out of jail.
Yeah, right. If you want the whole paycheck and stay out of jail and then you shot somebody in the face, yo, like, yeah, 2 million is kind of.
Not only did you shoot someone in the face, like I said earlier, why Sherrod may not have said anything before. I mean, but Sherrod knows that though.
Yeah.
So not only did you shoot him in the face, Sherrod knows you killed those kids.
Yep.
They were students, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Once again, I still don't know how the other person, because if there was at least 3 kids there and only 2 were killed. But maybe the backseat people didn't see who was driving.
Yeah, they probably didn't see.
Yeah.
Or probably didn't believe it.
Mm-hmm. Like, ain't no way. I can't be.
Well, Aaron Hernandez. Stop lying. There was no Aaron Hernandez.
Right. We can't say that name. Come on, it's crazy. Well, Aaron turns on his old phone, so he still had the old phone, and a whole bunch of text messages come up from Sherrod. You know, he text, and now they texting war. They texting back, yo, I'm gonna get you. Yo, I'm gonna get you.
And I was thinking the whole time that this is the stupidest shit. All he wants is 2.5.
Right.
Your agent said he can get him down to 2. Like you said, he just signed for 40.
Yep.
Yo, can we break these payments up?
Yep.
Hold on,
NDA,
you think
the tightest NDA you can make.
Man, this is what I would tell my agent. Hold on, nah, we ain't trying to get down to 2. Let's see, let's get it up to 3, and let's see what
Right.
I'll bring the price up, and so we get that NDA, that tight NDA.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I'll bring it up to 3, but we can never talk about this again. This can't come out. We can't talk about any dealings
in our past. Yep.
Nothing.
And
my name can't come out your mouth.
You no longer have communication with Aaron or anyone related to Aaron, like anyone associated with Aaron. I would make it all that. Like, I'm not going to end up seeing you somewhere and on my block, or you know, I would have just did that. I mean, obviously he's not using common sense, or he would never even been in the position in the first place. You know what I mean? So, well, that's when Shay says, like, she's kind of pissed at Aaron. She's like, yo, I told you you're supposed to watch the baby. I have an appointment, da da da. So that's when we get the night of Aaron watching his baby.
Well, before that, one thing I noticed during the second watch is when they first got to the house, the conversation they had when everyone was saying, yeah, we could work on a relationship here and this, that, the other. So I'm thinking they was already having problems.
Oh, yeah. When they first got to Cali, he was saying, like, I'm going to do better. That was before the surgery. And you could tell she was kind of, like, hurt. And she's like, you know, you're not that bad. You okay? But, yeah, things can get better. And it was almost like she believed him. Like, yo, this is for real. Like, I'm for real going to stop the weed. I'm going to stop all this. And I'm gonna be a family man.
Yeah, to stop the domestic violence. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, whether he hit her or not with the baby, that was domestic violence. The knocking a vase over, all that other stuff.
Because they say even punching a wall is domestic violence. If you're punching a wall, what are you going to do next? Like, that is domestic violence. Yeah, you can get arrested if you are at home with your wife and you sit here punching walls. I mean, I agree that. But you know what I don't agree with? Everybody say, "What if you do that? What do you do next?" Like, we don't know what I do next. Exactly. I can do nothing next. You can do nothing next.
I can hold my hand next.
Yeah, but don't be punching a wall. Next thing you might punch me. I don't know. That's why they call it domestic violence.
Because I laughed about it because we talked about the other day when people always say the what ifs. Because me and Nicole was speaking, and I told her I don't live my life about what ifs. You know, because I just live with purpose. I don't, you know, if the what if happened, it just happened. we get there when it happens. But I'm not thinking about a what if. What happened after this? What happened after, or what if this don't go right? If I do this, what don't go? Why am I planning for the failure?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, she goes off to her appointment, and then we see Aaron, and he's at home getting high. So first he gets high. Sherrod's texting him saying he gonna pay one way or another. And Aaron's prescription pills are all out. He says, hey, he calls it in, says, my wife took the prescription bottles with her. Can I pick up another copy, another case? I'm like, man, you know how many places pharmacy to say no? I'm like, oh, well. But he does.
Most pharmacies would probably say yes.
Really?
Yes.
Because your doctor only allows you to have so many extra, like, you know, like, oh, this is your first helping.
Well, he called his doctor. His doctor would have to call it into the pharmacy.
Oh, okay. So I thought he just called the pharmacy. So you're saying he called the doctor, asked for another prescription.
He would have to.
Okay, yeah. That might make more sense. I was going to say the pharmacy. No, they only give you exactly what the doctor gave you. So if they already gave you that one set, you're done. So not only does he grab his new prescription bottles, he grabs a case of beer, and you can see the pharmacy lady like side-eyeing him. And then, of course, when Shay gets home, the baby's crying. She hears him from like downstairs.
Yeah, but I was thinking about the good old beer about a pharmacy.
Yeah. That was crazy.
That's
ain't
crazy.
No beer right next to the pharmacy. Ain't no way.
Is that where they keep it in California?
Like literally right next to the pharmacy. No beers next to the pharmacy, but they did it for the purpose.
Right here. You know, when they come get their medicine. That's why they get their beer.
Pick up their medicine, they can pick up the beer as well. But baby's crying, diaper's dirty, Aaron is passed out in the bathroom. Shay is rightfully pissed and fusses at him, yells at him. She says, "You lie about everything." And that's when she mentioned.
That's what I just said.
The text messages, and Aaron's like, "Yo, it was an old trainer," and she calls him. He actually was telling the truth.
He told the truth for what?
But she calls me BS. She's like, "I'm not stupid." I feel so like she did a really good job in this scene. She's like, "I believe in you. I took care of you. I had your baby. I took care of your baby. Like I'm there for you, and you're playing me like I'm stupid."
Yeah, so
like
she gave up her life.
Yeah, she's like, "I gave up my life," even though I'm like, it's a little far.
Yeah, you gotta gain the life too.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, you said you wasn't doing shit in Bristol, and then you wanted to get out. You didn't give up a life. You know, but yeah. What did you think of this scene, and did you think it was going to escalate the way it did?
Yes, I thought it was going to escalate further. It was a sad scene to me. It was sad to see it. You know, it was sad for me to see that he was sitting on a toilet high. He's an addict. Yeah. You know, that's the first sad part
baby
about it.
Crying, dirty diaper.
Yeah. Next sad part is she had to come in and get to the baby with it. Yeah, baby has a dirty diaper, full diaper. Mm-hmm. So the whole scene was sad. And then when it escalated, yeah, that's what I said. You know, I had anxiety for a little minute. Like, oh no, what is he about to do?
Right.
But we don't know what happened after that.
Yeah, we don't, because he starts demanding the baby all of a sudden. And I'm like, wait, why are you wanting the baby?
I mean, after he knocked the vase over, the glass, because...
Oh, yeah.
When the police got there, it looked like it was more damage done.
Yeah, I think it was just the glass from the vase. But I don't know, because, yeah, Shay comes downstairs. You could tell she's been crying. And the police are like, yo, just nod your head if you're not okay. And she's like, nah, me and my husband, we're just roughhousing. Roughhousing? What are you talking about? And he tried to say like they were playing football. He's like, yeah, she tossed me the ball. And what, you playing football in the house? Come on. This late at night? Just randomly playing football, huh?
I mean, the last time I heard roughhousing, like my mom said, hey, y'all better be roughhousing back there.
Yeah.
But, you know, roughhousing with your wife?
Yeah. No, I heard roughhousing.
That's wild.
When they said roughhousing, I immediately thought of American Crime. Because we watched American Crime, the O.J. Simpson, People vs. O.J. Simpson. Yeah. And remember, O.J. was like, yo, we was just roughhousing.
Yeah, he did say that. He did say that.
Yes. Yeah. Like, man, we just roughhousing a little. Yeah.
No, O.J., that's domestic violence.
Yeah, that's domestic violence.
You roughhouse with the fella,
right.
With your siblings or somebody.
Yeah, not your wife.
With your homie or something.
Your fiance. Now, even though Shy, plays it off and says everything's cool, obviously the neighbors had called because they probably heard the glass, they might have heard the yelling. Either way, but I thought it was inappropriate of the lady cop to, at the end when they're leaving, she goes, hey, I had you on my fantasy team last year. And she's like, but you didn't get much play. Like, you kind of, help me out next time a little bit better. And I'm like, why did you think this was appropriate to say in this moment?
Shoot, that's a perfect opportunity. Actually see a player that hasn't been performing, my goodness. I'm not even gonna tell you the player I see. And this is a money league.
Nah, because Shay, like, obviously she might even feel even less safe. Like, damn, I mean, just like how they used to say with OJ's wife, she's like, y'all come here and y'all don't do anything because he's OJ. And to me, that reminded me of that, because it was like, in the end, yeah, the cops were obviously gonna help her. But in the end, they're fans of Aaron Hernandez, or at least this lady was. And she might think, like, is he above the law? Would they really do anything?
Yeah, but if she thought that'd be her own problem, because she had opportunity.
Yeah, she definitely did have
opportunity
to
to nod the head.
Mm-hmm. So Shay calls DJ and she cries to him and hugs him. She's like, I didn't know who else to call. Obviously, she knows Aaron needs help, but she doesn't want to put their business out there like that. And Aaron, DJ finds Aaron on the beach sitting there with a gun. And he's like, yeah, I didn't get to call. I didn't get to check on the team, on the coaching team for you. Like, no, don't worry about it. I got a coaching staff with the Titans and at Iowa. But he's like, I'm tired. And that's when DJ's like, yo, like, I would do anything. So many people would love to have your life. And are you really about to kill yourself and leave your daughter? Like, remember how we felt when Dad died, when he left us. Like, you would let your daughter go through this life without you. And he's like, you're a fighter. And Aaron cries and gives him a gun. And it was really sad. But one thing I thought of, I guess, with that scene with DJ saying, like, don't leave your daughter, is in the end, he does still leave his daughter or kids. He has multiple kids, I think.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for Aaron. Not even that, what happened to Aaron at the end, because Aaron was a murderer. Aaron took lives of some innocent kids that were just having fun, just just was. So he took kids away from their parents.
Yeah. Absolutely right.
So yeah, while his brother was saying all that stuff, all I was thinking was like, oh, you talking about the same thing that Aaron be doing, that Aaron has done.
Yeah.
You just don't know about it. Like, Aaron was the devil.
He was pretty bad. And Sherrod's still mind fucking him, texting Aaron threads. And that's when we get Aaron. He calls Murphy. I don't know if this was just after having that conversation with his brother. But Aaron calls Murphy and says, yo, got that Bradley shit handled. Don't even worry about it. Cut it. Like, nope. No go on that lawsuit. Goes to the coaching staff, says, yo, not gonna miss any more games. I'm all in, and I'm gonna take you guys up on that extra security. And we show they got him an apartment, or was that an apartment or a high rise or something? And I wonder how that made it secure. I wonder if it was like a high rise building with security at the door, and that's what makes it secure.
Yeah, it could have been a building that you probably need a code to get into, or car that everybody doesn't have access to.
Right.
And it was probably in a location, a different part of town.
Yeah, maybe a different part. Even though he had to live in a nice part of town already. He already had that nice, big, beautiful house. But maybe now this is a secured location with like a security or something. Well, that's when we see him get back with his friends again. And he has lots of guns. He gets lots and lots of guns. Continues going back and forth via text with Sherrod. Just arguing back and forth so yeah, that's pretty much how the episode ends, with his guns and him going back and forth with Sherrod.
Yeah, I wish I didn't know what happened, because I just want to say, Aaron, pay the man.
Yes, pay him.
Just pay him.
Pay him. Or why y'all keep texting back and forth? Hey, meet me here 4 p.m. Let's get it done. Let's have a duel. I don't know. What's the whole point of the text messages and back and forth, y'all, if no one's gonna do anything? And Sherrod shouldn't really want to kill Aaron, because that is his meal ticket out of this situation.
Yep, as of right now.
So, good episode.
It was.
I mean, it's getting sad though. It's getting really sad, because we saw Aaron start off as a kid, and then seeing how his life was hard there with his father, and then losing his father and everything that he's been through. A lot of it on his own accord. A lot of it just, he was the fault of a lot of those issues. But it's just sad, because you just think like, dang, I wish if someone was stepped in here, or I wonder if someone would have stepped in here, if he had like grew up a different environment somewhere else, like would that have changed him, or would this have always been him, no matter who raised him and where he grew up, or if he never even played football.
Well, as far as CTE, and I'm talking about playing football, as if he played football, that was going to happen. But all the extra stuff that came along with it, that was nothing but environment. Okay. Because if he grew up in a different environment, he would have had a different reaction to different things.
Yeah. Or if basketball ended up being his love. Because remember, we did see him playing high school basketball. He was on that team too. So I wonder if he had pursued a career in basketball versus football, he wouldn't have had CTE. And who knows what the experience would have been like there. It might have been different. And once again, not putting off blame. Like, don't be making excuses for Aaron. I'm not acting like he's some victim or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, sometimes I do wonder, when people make horrible, horrible decisions, like, could there have been something that could have changed that if we went back in the past? Like, oh, is this moment right there that could have maybe changed it?
Yeah, he just needed a different environment. Mm-hmm. And I can't say a different sport, because it just happened in all sports that you had the players are able to get away with all this BS and little stuff, and the little stuff get big and big. Like in the earlier season, how we saw Cam Newton, how when the police came and he threw a laptop out the window.
Yeah.
But when I was reading up on these stories, Cam Newton has done a lot of stuff there.
That's crazy. I had never heard. But I mean, I guess if I never looked for it, if I never knew to look for those stories.
Yep. Aaron Hernandez. I mean, the whole team. It was just wild. Mm-hmm. And like Coach Myers said, he thought the other team was worse.
Yeah.
What did he say? The U?
Yeah.
We don't want to be like the U. So it's just sports in general that, you're going to be able to get away with stuff that you wouldn't usually get away with, or that normal person, not that you wouldn't usually get away with, but the normal person can't get away with. Mm-hmm. So the normal person would be disciplined a lot faster.
Right.
Or just period. Mm-hmm. So just the environment he grew up in, along with being good at a sport, along with just being, he was like underdeveloped too. Like he was like very young minded.
Yeah. Remember they said that. Remember he scored like 1 out of 10 on the personality test or whatever as well. He just that's why his high school coach was like, "Yo, he's too young to have gone off to college already."
Yeah, but that should be red flags. Mm-hmm. I wonder. Nah, I'm not gonna put it out there. Somebody end up trying to sue the NFL or something like that because I said something. But something has to be done, because if somebody grades that low, anything, they don't think it's a red flag. Like, okay, then maybe you should.
You should have never got him.
No, not a red flag to get him. A red flag to give him some medical help, so they see what's wrong with him. Like, there's somebody scoring this low. Hey, did anybody check to see what's wrong with him? Do he have any head issues? Do he have any learning development issues? There's a lot of things that people could have done to check on him, man.
I don't think they would ask questions they don't want to know the answers to, because the answer to their question that they only want to know the answer to is, can he play ball? And he could. I understand that, and that's why I said that something has to be done. Yeah, I agree. And these are things that need to be done. That when these guys scoring, I mean, it could have been done way earlier. Yeah. You didn't know that he was young minded and incapable of doing a lot of things that people his age when he was in college or high school. Well, it's also maybe Coach Myers, it was to his benefit to not only get rid of Aaron, but for Aaron to make it to the NFL. So he's not going to tell anybody like, yo, this guy is stupid, or this guy is fucked up, or no, you don't want him on this team. Larry David on Curb Your Enthusiasm, I forgot the term, but it's like if you have a bad assistant and you don't want to fire them or whatever, so you recommend them to somebody else. Yeah. And you're trying to get them off you. Like, yeah, at least I don't want to fire him. I'm going to get him to somebody else, and then somebody else, and they realize
put him off on somebody.
You gave me a bad assistant. They keep putting him off, and I feel like that's what the coach. I mean, except for his high school coach who did want to keep him, but I feel like that's what happened with Myers. Like he was like, yo, I just want to get rid of him. I just want him off.
That happens in real life too.
Let it be somebody else's problem. Oh, I know. It definitely happens
in real life. Somebody an old colleague called me from a place and told me, hey, I got this person. We got, blah, blah, blah. They had to get rid of him for some reason, but he had to move somewhere or whatever. But yeah, he's just that. He's a good person. Can you go ahead and take him? Yeah. Whatever. Man, end up hiring him, the worst hire of my life. Yep. And I called that person back and I was like, man, that's messed up. Yep. That's messed up what you did.
Mm-hmm. Passed them off of me. But yeah, another great episode. We will be back again in a few days. We only have a few more episodes left, and I'm guessing it's just going to continue getting darker and darker down this path. And I can't wait to see if we get to see like Sherrod and Aaron, if they ever get to match up, if they ever get to confront each other, or I don't know. I don't know where that storyline is going to go, but I'm curious of what we're going to see.
Yeah, it's getting better each episode. Mm-mm. So I can't wait for the next.
Yep. All right. Until then, if you guys want to be part of our podcast, you can always hit us up, host@theverdictsin.com. You can also follow us on facebook.com/verdictsin, or follow us on Twitter @theverdictsin, and we even have Instagram @theverdictsin. We appreciate your support. Until then, I'm Nicole.
I'm Gary.
Bye.